Blog Talk Radio.
Can you feel that music? Can you feel that beat? Can you feel it? Can you feel the music? Can you feel the beat? Yeah. Let the music cruise through your body till it reaches your feet. Yeah. When I was a young girl, my mother told me, she said you gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. She said, when one door closes, another door opens. You gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. She told me, she said, there's nothing too hard for you. If you believe, you gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. Oh, can you feel that music, that hanky beat? Let the music cruise through your body till it reaches your feet. Yeah. When one door closes, another door opens. You gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. Listen, y'all. They used to tell me, they said, Patricia, you won't succeed. They said that music thing, you won't succeed. But I didn't listen. You know why? There's nothing too hard for you. If you believe, you gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. Oh, and don't let no one stop your dreams, baby. Just keep on walking, keep on believing, and have faith. Hey, hey, woo! Can you feel my music, that hanky beat? Let my music cruise through your body till it reaches your feet. God sent me with a message that's just for you. He said, have faith in your dreams, and they'll come true. have tuned in to another episode of On the Move Unscripted. And today I have a special show. I actually have Marilyn Brown, who is the CEO of OG Publications and also the founder of the Slice Book Club. And she has stopped by to interview me. I feel so special.
Yes.
So I definitely want to. Hello, Miss Marilyn Brown. How are you doing today?
Hello, my sister. This is new. Interrogation room. We will travel. This is good. I'm just excited. So
Me
we're still
too.
gonna get it in. It's still TikTok. So let's get started. Hey everybody,
yes,
this is your girl Marilyn Brown, Slice the Book Club, and today I will be interviewing Patricia M. Goins for part 2 of the interrogation room. You can catch part 1 on my website at ogpublication.com. That was the part 1. This is the second half, and it's interrogation all the way. So my sister, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. So our first question, you wrote a book titled This Can't Be Love. What was this book about?
Yes. So if I could just read the synopsis real quick.
Okay.
Karen White survives a childhood of molestation and abuse, only to grow up and marry a controlling and abusive police officer named Clyde King. She receives a sneak preview of what marriage to Clyde will be like when Clyde beats and rapes her on their honeymoon night. Karen feels like all hope is lost and that she's forever doomed to a life of unhappiness and abuse until the day she discovers that she's pregnant. With faith in God and the loving support of her cousin Linda, Karen becomes determined to provide a better life for her unborn child. She escapes Clyde's torture and enters the Love House, a domestic violence shelter in Atlanta, Georgia. While in Atlanta, Karen starts a new life, forms bonding friendships, and even finds true love with David Smith, the handsome doctor she works with at Grady Hospital. All is well until the day Clyde tracks her down, forcing Karen to make a decision that could change her life forever. So that's what it's about.
Okay. So it's about domestic violence, which is very prevalent. Yeah. So what do you hope for your readers to get out of this book?
So a few things. 1, forgiveness. 2, learning how to overcome even the most challenging situations. 3, for women who are in abusive relationships, understanding that there are domestic violence shelters and you can find safety in a domestic violence shelter away from the abuser. And also, if you know of any child that's being abused, speak up, you know what I'm saying, because that child is innocent. They can't protect themselves, so they depend on adults to protect them. And just having faith to do whatever it is that you want to do and getting past the hard times, the perseverance to complete whatever it is that you start.
Okay. All right. Well, in what city does this story take place?
So the Love House is in Atlanta, Georgia, and actually This Can't Be Love is the first book in a 3-book series. So the book continues through 2 generations of Karen's life and her children's life, but it takes place in Atlanta.
Okay. Name 2 of the main characters. We know that Karen is one of them.
Yes, there's so many characters, powerful characters within the book and within the storyline, but I guess Clyde King will be the other person who will be a strong character within the movie.
Okay, so how long did it take you to complete the first project? I understand it's a 3-book series now, but how long did it take you to do the first one?
So This Can't Be Love, I started writing it in 2004. I wrote it out. I had a dream. Well, I had a dream first. Well, not even that. I prayed first. I prayed and I asked God to give me the ability to write my story because it was my therapeutic. It was therapeutic for me because of the childhood that I went through. Because the childhood portion of the book is true. So this was my therapy. So I asked God to help me write it. I ended up having a dream, and the dream just kind of like gave me the whole book. And so I wrote it out by hand. It took me about 2 weeks to write it out by hand, and it took me about 5 months to type it out, but I still didn't publish it until 2006.
So this would be like a factual, fictional book. It's just like you said.
Yeah, only the childhood, and only in the first book.
Okay. Yes, because they always say write what you know, and okay, that puts a different little outlook on it.
Yeah, a lot of authors start with their own story, and then they
no doubt. My books
yeah.
all related to me some kind of way. You know, it's yeah. So yeah, I definitely understand that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm interested in looking into that now. How long? Okay, so we said how long did it take you to complete it? Do you think a book can have too much dialogue?
Books, no. And the reason why I say that is because books are different than movies. Because, the first book, this can be left, I turned it into a movie, too. You can actually look at it on YouTube. So with books, you need that dialogue because the dialogue helps to create everything in your mind. Whatever you're not describing, somebody needs to be saying so that you can get a full picture. Whereas with movies, it's more action. You want to see more activity than hear them talk. So I personally don't think so, especially if it's necessary to bring out that particular scene or that particular chapter.
So they can see what you see. So I agree totally. So I totally agree with that. Okay, so what does the phrase "learn the craft" mean to you?
What does learn the craft mean? You're talking about as far as being an author. So the first thing I think is important is to understand book writing is to read books. To read books. Well, for me, it was reading. Reading helped me to understand how to write. So before you can begin to write a book, you need to first understand how to read the book, how the characters are built, how the scenes are built. When you get an understanding of that by reading other people's books, then you're able to formulate your own storylines in your mind or whatever. So developing your craft is important, but it's important by reading other people or studying something. If it's not books, studying somebody else's reports or work or whatever so that you can get a full understanding before you start to try to do it yourself. And it makes it easier because you have something to go by.
I often tell authors that writing the book was the easy part. I mean, there's so many parts to it. You write the book, then you have to promote the book, and then there's character development and storylines. It's more to just, I want to write a book, So, yeah, you're right. Learn everything that's involved in that.
The one thing that I think a lot of authors do not put enough importance in is the proofreading. There's been a lot of stories that have come my way, books, and people, they're so excited because they've written this awesome storyline in their head, and it's an awesome storyline. However, there's so many typos or so many errors in the book that you cannot even grasp the story because your mind automatically goes to those errors. And you can deal with a few, but when it's overwhelming with them, then that takes away from the beauty and the artwork of the book. So I think that proofreading is a very important part. So understanding the different parts of writing a book is important. Promoting is definitely
good. It's great. That's
necessary.
But get an editor.
But proofreading,
get an editor.
And a lot of people say, "Well, I proofread it." Yeah, but your eyes have seen that same
you can't proofread your own stuff. Don't ever do that. I did that with my first book. And to me, I read it like 3 times. I thought I saw everything. That doesn't work. Yeah, so you're so right with that. Okay, so we have Patricia Goins, the performer, the author, the host of a podcast, radio show. What other gifts has God blessed you with?
Project management. I learned from doing the book and having Around the World Media and the Land Music Industry Group and the film and everything that took to develop these different things. It taught me how to manage projects. So I would say product management, and then also getting into doing my own books, making my own books and stuff like that. So I'm tapping into another side of me,
So you right now your publishing company is who?
ATW Media and Printing is, and actually I have 2 names because I can use both. So ATW Media and Printing and ATW Media and Publishing. So my goal is to publish my own books and help other authors get copies of their books so that they can get, sell them, whatever, for a better profit, because a lot of authors are not getting what they're supposed to get from their books. These big corporations are stealing your profits, and you're not making the money. So
exactly.
to be able to produce your own books or go through someone who understands, giving you a cheaper rate so that you can resell your book for a profit and make something from it. So, putting more control into the author's hands, that's really the next vision for me, the good path I'm on now.
I totally agree. Remove the middleman. Okay, that's why I'd like to put my authors into different groups so you can network and meet other people that do certain things that you might need that you can do for yourself. And, that's the third party. You do all the work and you don't reap the benefits. That's not going to work. But do you write for the passion or do you write for the profit?
I write for pleasure. I write for pleasure, but I would love to make a profit. I write for pleasure. I've been writing for pleasure. I started writing for pleasure. But however, with anybody who has decided to turn their gift or their craft into a business, you want to make a profit from it. So I started with pleasure, but now at this point I'm turning it to profit because I want, the seeds that I've sown out there to start to harvest,
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Do you feel a new author should have a team?
It's better to have a team, but unfortunately that's not reality at times, especially for a new author. But if you can get a team, and whether that team be your family and friends who's out there sharing your posts, promoting, for you or whatever, or if you're in groups like yours, like the Slice Club, the one issue that I have found is that people have this competition type thing that they don't like to promote each other. They only want to focus on themselves, and they don't want to promote the work of other people, and that is the hindrance in the independent movement as a whole, because they don't like to share each other's work. They don't like to buy each other's work. They don't like to support each other's work, but they want everybody to support them, and that's what limits us as an independent movement.
And I always say it's enough for everybody to eat. We can all eat. Why not promote my sister? I'm happy that you had a hope, a dream, an aspiration, and you went for it, just like I did. You know what I mean? So when an author comes to me and they was like, "Women's Marilyn, yeah, I got you." You know what I mean? I want you to succeed as much as you want you to succeed. So
right.
we need to do better. We need to do better as far as that's concerned. Okay, so
Definitely.
Now what was one of the biggest mistakes you made as a new author?
One of the biggest mistakes that I made as a new author, focusing too much on the self-publishing companies and not learning how to do it myself. I should have started my publishing company a long time ago. I've written 8 books now, and I kept going to self-publishing companies, and even when I knew that they were taking my profits, and even when I knew things were not working the way I wanted them to, like for instance, when you go to these self-publishing companies, you don't realize they own your cover. So if you decide that you don't want to be with them anymore, then you can't take that cover with you, even though you have set up and marketed everything with that cover, and that cover is your image.
They pay. And that happened to me. I was with Ex-Libris initially, and I was a new author. I was excited. And when I went to go to do my own print, OG Publications, they said, you can't do it without cover, so I had to redo all my books, bring them back out again. But that's what happens. And, at least you learned. I was like, I wasn't going to give them any more. You just have to learn. That's all part of the learning process. So, okay, so our next question. What inspired you to start your show, On the Move Unscripted?
So I started my radio career actually in Chicago on 102.3 FM, and it was called The Vision. I had it for 3 months, but I dealt with, domestic violence and stuff of that nature, and I had a lot of different non-profit organizations coming in and speak and stuff, and that's what really started my interest. And then when I moved to Atlanta, I was on the Real 1100 on and off for like 10 years. And so it started in Atlanta. It started as Around the World Radio, and I had Courtney Butcher and Scott Keaton as my co-hosts. And then when that dissolved, then I started On the Move with Marvin Baldwin Jr., and we decided to put the unscripted part on there so that if there's any errors or anything, people don't be coming for our jugular. Just understand that it's unscripted, giving it to you raw. And so, and we did that for like 10 years. And then my mother ended up getting sick, and I had a couple of things happen in my life. And so I had to leave Atlanta and move to Ohio. And so that's when I turned my radio show into a podcast. So I just like talking. I talk. You know women. I like to talk. I like to talk.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Where can our listeners purchase your books?
So I'm working right now on redoing my website. And so at this time, you can actually go to Lulu.com, and you can pretty much purchase all the books. They're also available, some of them in Amazon.com or whatever, but eventually they'll be able to go to PatriciaGoinsBooks.com, and they'll be able to get everything. But like I said, it's a process right now because I'm learning to take back control as an author and try to do things on my own and then help other authors do things on their own. It's time for the authors to get our control back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what's next for author Patricia M. Goins? What you getting ready to do?
Basically, the book publishing. Actually, I'm starting. I don't want to give the website out yet, only because I'm still working on it. But I guess maybe I should, and then they'll just see I'm still working on it. But it's going to be ATWMprinting.com, and so basically they'll be able to go on and actually design their own T-shirts, sweatshirts, and stuff, the designs, and then we'll print them off. And then also books, and I'll probably start with the 6x9 covers. Like they'll be able to design their cover or upload their cover or whatever, and send in their manuscript, and then I'm going to have it printed at a very low cost, very competitive to what the other companies are giving, so that the authors can make a profit and sell it from their websites and sell their autographed copies and stuff. I'm just really trying to help the authors become more independent. So that's the next thing for me. And then public speaking, I feel like that's going to be coming up for me soon.
Yeah, I mean, you got to use the gifts God gave you, sweetie. Sure. How can our listeners contact you now? They want to talk
they
to
can
you.
Talk to me just to shoot the breeze.
No, well, not to shoot the breeze, but about your books, about your website, you know.
So they can. I have 2 emails. They can go to support@atwmprinting.com, or they can send me a message through On the Move Show at hotmail.com, or they can reach out to me on Instagram at Patricia Marie Goins, or on Facebook as Patricia M. Goins, or Twitter as ATW Radio. Yeah, I think that's that.
And you have all that information on your interrogation room and your interrogation room interview. That's on my website, right?
Yeah, because that first interview that you had me on, that was deep. That was intense. I felt like I was giving up my whole life. You know, I'm like, Lord Jesus, job, this is a workout. I finished that out.
Yeah. See, those questions are questions that I'm hoping that most authors are asked, and they should roll off your tongue like that. You know, yes, you know. And I always say, if you want to sell your books and be the best you can be, you have to carry them books around with you. You have to be about your books, talk about your books, and everything about your book. My first book was my baby. It's like my second child. You know what I mean? I just had to. I was just about that life. You know, so yeah. That first one is kind of but it was painless. It was painless.
So to flip this interview over real quick, because I know we said did you ask me everything? You asked me everything on your list, didn't you?
I did.
I did. Let me flip this over real quick. No, you didn't. You said what steps are you taking to build your brand? So the steps I'm taking to build the steps I'm taking to build my brand is basically through On the Move Unscripted, you know, through my different groups on Facebook, and also, just Instagram, Twitter, just social media. I'm really trying to do what I can with social media. Also through my website, aroundtheworldmedia.com. Just trying to, use social media to the best of my ability.
Okay, now you have a show. Are you accepting any guest authors? Can I refer some people to you?
Yes. So actually, we have been interviewing authors, so they can reach out to me through onthemoveshow@hotmail.com, and we can set up a phone conference to talk about their book and see what their goals are and how we can assist them with On the Move Unscripted. But I want to switch this real quick because I know we got 4 minutes left. Can you let my listeners know how they can be a part of you and about your the Slice Book Club on Facebook and all that?
Okay, well, Slice the Book Club is on Facebook. I also have another group called Bookworms. But on Slice the Book Club, we do the interrogation room, and that's where I interview authors for about between 18 to 20 questions regarding your book and your publishing experiences. The first book goes on the website. This is if you get the OGP package deal, which includes 2 interviews, a slot on my website, interview posted in 15 different groups, and a copy to market as you see fit. Now, once you get in those 15 different groups, join those groups. Post your material. Make friends. Network. Get it in. Stay on your grind. And then you'll find other groups, and you'll get in other groups, and there's more people that's like-minded like you that want the same thing you want. So you want to kind of surround yourself with people like that. Now, if you want to holler at me, I'm on Facebook. Like I said, look for the big OG, Marilyn Brown. Slice is my pen name. I too am an author. And, pull me up. Holler at me. I will put you in there. I'll find you a date and time. We will work it out. So, and I truly appreciate this.
And she really will.
This is the first time I traveled. So this is some new stuff. 2021 is going to be lit. I'm telling you. I got so many different ideas. Yeah, it's all good. Now, if you want to
hopefully I have introduced a new concept that you can put with your interrogation room. Through Blog Talk Radio, something like that. Yeah.
I used to do a talk show, chopping it up with your girl Slice, but I could never get the board right. Me and my girl Kim, she used to run the board for me because I could never get that right. So anyway, I used to do chopping up with your girl Slice, and I said, okay, I can't do that. This works for me better. But nevertheless, however I get in, and I just want to help other authors. Because when I was a new author, I didn't know nothing. I didn't know what to do. And that could be a frustrating feeling when you have a passion for something and you can't get it done because of lack of knowledge. So if I know it, you know it. Just holler at me, let me know. And if I don't know it, I know people that do know it. So Kim M. Stevens, she does a blog talk show. Barbie Hall, she does a podcast. Shy Soul, she does a podcast. Leisha Sadler and Miss Tony, they do podcast talk show. So holler at all them sisters, everybody. We work within, our little group and stuff within each other, and get your exposure out. Stop building up your interview portfolio. Like have a different page where all your interviews come in. You can use them for promotional purposes, and see how you've grown. And, because when I first did my first blog talk, I was nervous. I didn't know what to say. I was all quiet. I was supposed to promote my stuff. Every chance you get, promote your stuff. So,
that's something I didn't do. After I was so busy filming the movie that I did not promote the book series. Now, the book series is This Can't Be Love is the first book, and then the second book is The Love House, and then the third book is Ladies Delight. So I was so busy with the movie that I was not promoting the book. And then, I had so much going on. I wasn't promoting myself. I wasn't marketing myself. I was promoting everybody else, but not myself.
Right.
And then I started to realize that I was promoting everybody else, but they weren't promoting me. So it's just like, are you going to promote you, Patricia? Because they're not going to do it. They love for you to promote them, but they don't want to share that same love. So if you don't do it, nobody's going to do it. So
there you go.
I had to start this year. I really started promoting the book series. And everyone who has read my book said they couldn't put it down. Everybody. Like, this book has been out. This series has been out since 2009, and everyone, like, I've had so many book signings and everybody loves the series, and they always say, when's the next one? And my answer to that is, I don't know.
That's a great book. But if don't nobody know it exists, they ain't going to work. So you got to get it out there. Exposure is everything. Yeah. You know, and ain't nobody going to love your baby like you. So that's what I try to promote to my authors. Get in on this ground floor. Yes, you have to copy and paste and stuff. Put the work in, because you're going to need to put the work in. Ain't nobody going to love your baby like you. You know, it's okay to get out the people to help you out and stuff, but you still got to put that work in. You know, so, That's exactly.
Yes.
My sister, I
enjoyed this interview. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. This is new, but send me my little copy and everything, and we're gonna promote your show and get you some other people in there and build you up on that gift that God gave you. And you have a lovely voice.
Amen.
I'm gonna tell you that. Yeah, okay.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much.
Everybody for listening. Y'all have a blessed day.
So, you want me to send this audio to you, right? So that you can use it?
I can promote it.
I sure will. Sure will. I appreciate it. I loved it. And peace and love to you. On the Move Unscripted with Marilyn Brown, the CEO of OG Publications and the founder of Slice Book Club. Just interviewed me. It was divine. Holla.
Yes, it was. See y'all.
Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go get that money. Let's go get that money. Let's go get that money. Like Adam and Eve and Bonnie and Clyde, we're a team. Different days, same story. Got to go out and get that money. Got mouths to feed and bills to pay. Got to put that S on my chest today. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Hey, I gotta pick up the pace. No more time to waste. Gotta put on my case. I gotta win this race. I got far too much to say. Different days, same story. Got to go out and get that money. Got mouths to feed and bills to pay. Got to put that S on my chest today. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman needs her Superman. Hey, I gotta pick up the pace. No more time to waste. Gotta put on my case. I gotta win this race. I got far too much to say. Superman, superwoman. Like Adam and Eve and Bonnie and Clyde, we taking over, and that's no lie. No mountain high, with you by my side. Hey, I'm your superwoman, you're my Superman. Hey. I got your back, baby, and you got mine.